Arizona is, like ever. So I always Google it whenever we're in class. I'm like, what time zone is Arizona in?
Yep.
So I Googled it and it said Mountain Standard Time or whatever. But then when I would Google like what time is it in Arizona, it would say 6:30. And
Yeah.
then when I said Mountain Standard Time, it would say 7:30. So I'm like, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
But it's because we're on Pacific time now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, I just know because my kids are in Idaho, and I always
Yeah.
know what time it is where they're at. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to changing my clocks because I'm not gonna be in Arizona for the next who knows how many years.
Right.
Yeah.
We're in a rebel state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are.
Have you guys seen? I'm gonna email it to you if you haven't, but some group of people made like a trailer for a fake movie, but it's called Saving Daylight or something, and it's just a total spoof about daylight savings. It's really funny. I'm gonna email it to everybody.
Okay.
You guys can see it. Anyway, okay.
So what do we want to do? Do we want to start off and just open up the quiz and just go through them that way, and we can all help each other with all of them and do the quiz at the same time?
Yeah.
Probably.
Fine with that.
Yeah, I've got about an hour or so. Well, a little bit less.
A
So.
little less. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, you're
I'm
fine.
so bad.
So, I mean, I don't know. There were some things I didn't really understand. Hopefully, I didn't do them too wrong.
Yeah, like I still don't really get like on the quizzes I've always done okay when it's like what kind of hypothesis test would you use. But now like
Oh yeah, I'm
seeing this, I'm
sucking
like,
at it.
I have no idea.
Those are killing me. You know what I think, and I don't know, like as far as feedback goes, like for the course, I've had other classes before, where they will do a test review to kind of talk through it or give you some like pointers instead of just this, like the professor doing it. I think that would be helpful, and then also like the professor kind of giving like a condensed version of, hey, these are some tips to remember because she's really proficient at statistics and we're barely like learning it, and so I think those resources would be super helpful because it is hard for me even to go back and it tells you like what kind of test to use when. It's hard for me to keep it all straight in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, and she'd be willing to do that. It's just this is her first time doing it, so it probably hasn't even crossed her mind, because she's so helpful and great.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I talked to her about being the first time doing this class, she was like, she agreed that this class is very aggressive, it's not really basic, and that it was probably 2 courses of her work in what is covered in this one class.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it just goes so fast. Like
It does. Moves super fast. It's hard to like solidify it in your brain before you're moving on to the next thing.
It's true. And
Yeah.
she said the tests, she doesn't know why they're like so tricky. They trick, like they're not what we study most of the time. But
Yeah.
anyway, all
That's
right.
true.
super annoying. Okay.
So group meeting lesson 20.
Yes.
All right. Let's open it.
Oh gosh.
Number 1, we got that right. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Now our numbers are screwed up.
Oh yeah.
It's true. I wish they would do that at the end, and then our numbers wouldn't be messed up.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
why I printed it this time, though, because it kept screwing me up before, so now I have it in front of me.
Oh, good for you.
Okay, so I'm not going to read that first part just because we all know what it says.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll read the first one. Okay. In an article in the Journal of Small Business Management, successful startup businesses in the United States and Korea were compared. One set of data compared educational level, high school, undergraduate degree, master's degree, doctoral degree, of people who manage successful startup companies in the United States and Korea. We want to determine if education level of managers of successful startup companies is independent of the country they are from, United States and Korea. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this analysis? And I think I put G first, and then I changed it to D. So really, I have no idea.
I put H.
I put H as well.
Okay, well, it's probably that. See, Natalie, I think you know more about this than I do.
I don't, Tori. Trust me, I really don't. These are like, I don't know what I'm doing with these.
Yeah,
so
I'm having a hard time with them too.
I think everything's ANOVA because it has multiple. When it has multiple, you know.
I totally, like, even though we just learned about chi-squared tests, so what is that again?
I know.
It's like when there's multiple categories, like more than 2.
Okay.
And I think that that's kind of what this is getting at is, like, there's a U.S. column and a Korea column, but they each have, like, the subheadings of high school, undergrad, master's.
That's why I put that, because I just visualized the charts that we were doing and how I would just do like or like high school, United States, Korea, and then undergrad, United States, Korea. You know how we did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I visualized that, and I'm like, oh, I would probably figure it out that way.
Yeah.
That's a good deduction, yeah.
That was the only one, though, that I don't have an or.
Yeah, right.
Like this or this. That was the only one, so.
Okay.
All right, I can read
You're
the
just
next
putting
one.
H, right? Like that's all you put?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next one says a human resources manager reported data from a recent involuntary reduction in force at her company. You are an attorney and want to determine if age discrimination was a factor. It is illegal to discriminate against employees because of age. The company reported the number of employees in 2 groups, 40 years or younger and over 40 years old. They also reported the number of employees in each group who were terminated. You want to determine if both age groups were treated equally. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for the analysis?
Well,
I did G, but I did the test of 2 proportions, but I'm terrible at those, so I have no idea if that was right.
that's I'll put 2, but now I'm like,
Yeah, me too, but I wonder if it's D almost. Like, it doesn't ask for the difference, but
They're independent.
but I don't know how a test of 2 proportions would tell us if they're treated equally or not. I guess that is the... Because the test of 2 proportions, all it says is that they're independent, right? They're not independent.
I don't remember, to tell you the truth. I thought like
That might be the chi-squared test.
I'll have to go back and
Me too. Let's see.
yeah, Jenny's our definition.
I know. But it's so to read through them all.
Did you see that attachment that she has? It looks like, I think, on the homework for us to fill out.
that's what I was going to fill out, and then I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't
That's what I
filled
was
it
going
out.
to do this morning.
That blank chart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't get that.
What is it?
It basically would really help us with this part. It's like, it just tells you, it's like a flow chart. So like if there's, I can't remember what's on it, but like if there are 2 sets of data, I don't know. It just
Kind of a
helps
big helper for
determine
this.
which test you would use, and then it like has, I'm supposing you're supposed to put like formulas in it and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to have that ready for the test and use that as part of my.
Right. It's called a
Yeah.
statistical flow chart, and it's on the individual preparation. It's an attachment.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's under course.
Yeah, I might try to print that out or something.
Yeah. Okay.
But we have to fill it out. Like it's blank. It's
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was filled out. Yeah. I know. see. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I mean, let's see. It puts them into two groups.
Yeah.
Rather, I mean, and so I think that it's pretty safe to assume that they're like, yeah, groups.
So do we need to think about quantitative or categorical here?
I
think
think
it might be, well, because it says they put the employees in two groups, the 40 years and older or 40 years and younger or whatever. They also reported the number of employees in each group who were terminated. So that makes me feel like it's D or something in the numerical category because it's the number of employees in each group and not just like each employee, like yes, terminated, no, not terminated. Does that make sense?
Yeah, number of employees. Oh. Gosh. I'm just not confident in this anymore.
I know. I don't even remember what in the world is ANOVA. Is that when there are multiple numbers?
is a what?
The what?
The ANOVA test?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a lot.
So that's when there's more than two.
The chi-squared is.
Yeah. So all we're pretty much trying to decide here is if they're categorical or quantitative.
Because if it's quantitative, it would be the independent sample t-test, right? And if it's categorical, it would be the test of two proportions.
Yeah, I think so.
So it would be.
Originally, I thought it was categorical just because it was like categorizing the 40-year-olds and younger and the over 40. But
Yeah, because it's just a number.
Yeah.
Like
But
out
then
of the whole workforce, like, so it is kind of a proportion.
yeah, I think it's like the proportion of employees in
Maybe
this group.
maybe that's how we can look at it, because if you can make like a pie chart out of it, which we could with this data, then we could assume that it's a proportion.
That's a good way to think of it.
That is a good way to think of it.
Because they should equal 1.
Which it would.
Yeah.
Well,
So it is probably G then.
Yeah, let's just go with our gut because that was the first one we all thought it was anyway. So
Okay.
I'm okay with
Yeah, I
going.
like that reasoning. Okay. How many of these do we have?
We have two more. Well, then there's all the confidence interval ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they play the same thing.
It pretty much is. Yeah.
Okay. What are we on now? Okay, we're on 4. A survey was conducted by a group of state lotteries. A random sample of 2,406 adults completed the survey. A total of 248 were classified as heavy players. Of these, 152 were male. You want to determine if the proportion of male heavy lottery players is different than the proportion of males in the population, which is 48.5%. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this analysis?
So
G for this one too, but I don't know.
You have
What
one.
What was that?
What did you say you put?
I think I put G. Well, I did put G, but I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah, me too. Having 2 G's in a row made me think that.
I don't know why I put this, but I put the one sample t-test. I don't even know what I'm doing here. This is awful.
okay.
I mean, it says proportion. That's kind of what
Yeah,
made
that
me
is a
lean
big.
towards G. But at the
big
same time, they could, I guess, use that for something else too.
No, I didn't even notice the proportion. I'm sure if they're using proportion, that's a big hint that we should just take.
Yeah. So I put F or G.
Okay,
And it's
and let's see, one proportion.
G.
Okay, yeah, we'd probably want to do G because they want to know if there's a difference between proportion of lottery players and males in the population. Right?
I think so. But then that makes me question number 3.
Yeah. Well, let's just do it and then we can go back to it.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
So I'll put a star by 3 and 4.
All right.
If there's time, and we can switch it up. Okay.
Next one says a student project compared the effectiveness of 2 different combination locks. One of the locks turned clockwise first, and the other turned clockwise, or turned clockwise first, and the other turned counterclockwise first. They asked 25 students to participate in the study. Each student was given the combination for each lock and asked to open the lock. This time, the time it took them to open each lock was recorded. They want to determine if one of the locks is easier to open. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate?
So that.
So that one I had D, as in dog.
Independent.
Yeah, I put C, but I think that it's probably D, the more I think about it. Babe, if I need to nurse her, you can bring her in here and I can... Sorry, guys. I'm going to mute my mic because you don't need to hear this. Hold on.
Okay, so
I think it's independent. I don't think it's paired.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. I'm pretty sure it's D. I don't know why I put C.
Yeah.
No, it's
Is that what everybody else had?
I had independent.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I did, but that's because I have issues. So, but I reread it again, and
No.
What did you have? Did you have C too?
no, I didn't because I can't do these, and so I had an F, test of one proportion. And I'm like, they want to know the proportion of ones, but it's not a proportion question as I'm reading it. So I think.
And as if we weren't having enough fun with that, so now I'll go ahead and read. Well, I guess we don't read. We have that new list. So then in number 6, a bank employs 2 appraisers when approving borrowers for mortgages. It is imperative that the appraisers value the same types of properties consistently. To make sure this is the case, the bank evaluates 6 properties that both appraisers had recently valued. Which confidence interval would be most appropriate for this study? So now we enter the +4 stuff. Oh wait, no we don't.
I'm here. Maybe you can just like hold her here because well, I guess she's fine.
So
I put C.
I put D.
I put D, and so, but sometimes I get confused about the paired and independent. So I was thinking originally that it was independent because each house was its own, like the values of the house of the properties were themselves. Like one property doesn't affect the next property, but
it's what they're comparing is the appraisers, though. But I guess that wouldn't.
When approving borrowers for mortgages.
They're wanting to compare how the
yeah, it's not the properties, it's the appraisers. You're right, and they are linking multiple properties together and comparing them. So it probably would be paired data.
C.
Because they're wanting to get properties that both appraisers had valued. Hey, let go.
Oh gosh, I am just not confident.
Yeah.
But it says to make sure this is the case, the bank evaluates 6 properties that both appraisers have recently valued. So So one property will depend on the other one appraisal. Like they both, I think they need to be paired.
Hmm.
I don't
think
know.
we had this question in like our homework or something.
Really?
I don't remember where it was, but yeah, it sounds super familiar.
But you had it for D, but do you think it's C now, or do you still think it's independent, Brenton?
I could see either one, so I put down C. Like
Okay.
it's yeah
This is gonna be a rough one.
yeah.
So guys, we'll see if we get our usual 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's rough for you guys, I'm dying.
Oh. All right, let's go to the next one. It says, in a Wall Street Journal article on satisfaction with career paths, the percentage of psychology majors reporting they were satisfied with their career path was reported. The same data was also reported for accounting majors. You decide to construct a 95% confidence interval to see if the observed difference is significant. Which confidence interval would be most appropriate for this study?
I put D for that one.
D is in dog.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should stop saying my answer first.
No, you shouldn't. Then I go back and I reread it to see what. Because I put F, but I am so not confident.
I put D, but now I'm wondering about F. Reading it again.
Oh, yeah, it would probably be F because it's whether they're satisfied or very satisfied. So that would be like a proportion thing.
Yeah,
A
that
category.
would make sense to me.
So yeah, I think you guys are right.
Oh, that's good.
Well, who knows? Don't get excited too fast.
Yeah, I have no idea if I wouldn't go on me just because I put that.
Yeah.
Well, no, like rereading it makes more sense.
And 2 out of 4, yeah. So F.
Yeah, I think so.
I know we've had this double stuffed Oreo one before, but
My husband
Yeah.
is awake and he knows all this stuff. So
We could ask him.
yeah, isn't he a math guy? We need him.
yeah, his major was applied mathematics, so like statistics.
Well, yeah, if he can help us, like, it doesn't say he can't.
Yeah, not on this.
I'll have outside help. This is the test. Well, explain.
You keep mixing up numerical and categorical. You do. I don't know about that. I have only been listening to you.
I know. Well, I know I have been. Like I put
Like that last one.
that last one. I put a numerical thing, but it should be categorical. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you think that one was categorical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you keep putting categorical or mixing up categorical and numerical.
Well, what does he think about 6? I'm just curious, like, not.
Oh yeah. Here, babe. How about? Well, maybe this is totally cheating. I don't really know. But I was thinking, maybe we should just go through and then like finish what we were thinking, and I'll give it to him, and he can.
Well, I want to look at it.
Okay. Well, let's just keep going. He'll look it up.
Yeah, the point would be that we can understand
Yeah.
what we're doing wrong. So,
Some of these we've already changed in the computer because
You're just doing
no, all pretty much 1 through 7 on that paper are all determining which. Here's a pencil. Okay, let's just keep going and he'll look at it. Okay, so
That's fine.
did we agree with F? Is that
So
what-
here's the thing. The only thing, sorry, I just have to interrupt really quick. The only thing I was trying to think about if this was like legit or not, and since he's not in our group, but this was homework, and we should have used his help on homework and everything like that before we did this. So I think that this is different than an actual like the quizzes. Do you know what I mean?
And even the tutors help me with this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I think that it's not crazy. Anyway, okay, keep going.
Okay. So we had F. That's what we agreed on.
yeah, for 7.
Yeah. Do you want me to read the next one?
Sure.
Okay, double stuffed Oreo cookies are supposed to have twice the filling of regular Oreo cookies. You and some friends decide you want to know if that is a true assertion by the company who makes them. You take a sample of 55 double stuffed Oreo cookies and measure the amount of filling in each one. You need to construct a confidence interval to estimate the true mean filling amount of double stuffed Oreos in order to compare it to the filling amount in regular Oreos. Which confidence interval would be most appropriate for this study?
I put C.
For the paired,
Oh, I can't see. What is C, babe?
Yeah, it's paired samples.
I put B.
Also, you put D.
B as in boy.
and boy.
Oh, you did one sample.
See, I lean towards more of the ones that say paired independent confidence, and so I've left out the T and the Z, like in my thoughts.
Because it's asking us to construct a confidence interval for the true mean amount of double stuffed Oreos. This is one of them.
So that would be B.
Oh.
Or A. I mean, it doesn't tell us that we have
Tyler, I need
standard deviation.
that one in your hand.
Can you explain that again, Britton?
So it says in the second to last sentence, we need to construct a confidence interval to estimate the true mean amount or true mean filling amount of double stuffed Oreos. And so we need that in order to compare it to the other one. So I think that it would have to be one sample T or one sample Z, but where it doesn't give us a standard deviation.
Standard deviation, it would be the T.
Yeah,
That's my reasoning, but
you're
I
totally right.
That's
They're not measuring the regular Oreos at all. So they just have one sample or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think you're right.
He is in boy.
Yeah.
okay.
Now I'm totally rethinking the our paper towel thing, and we should have done Oreos.
Yeah, right.
Right. Why didn't we think of that? That would be way better.
We should have done candy, you guys.
I could have eaten it.
For real.
All right. Which one of the following best defines the notion of the significance level of a hypothesis test? The probability of rejecting the null, whether it's true or not, the probability of observing a sample statistic more extreme than the one actually obtained, assuming the null hypothesis is true, the probability of the type 1 error, the probability of the type 2 error.
So this one I wanted to go back and check, but it's C or D. I circled C, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I went back
Yeah.
and checked, and it's the probability of the type 1 error.
That's what I had, because this is exactly a question that we've had.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then 10, which one best describes the notion of a p-value? I put B as in boy.
Yeah,
Right. Me too.
And that's identical to the others, too, so we can be confident in those.
Yep.
Yeah.
the rest of this is a breeze compared to the first 7.
Oh, kidding.
Okay.
Until the end.
I wouldn't say breeze, though. Breeze
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
either.
Breeze.
Okay. Number 10.
or 11. Oh.
Yeah, 11, sorry.
No, that's
Okay. Suppose you create a 95% confidence interval for a mean and get 10, 20. You've been told to report this by saying something similar to, we are 95% confident that the true mean is between 10 and 20. What does this mean?
D.
That's what I put too.
Yeah. Me,
D as in dog.
Yeah.
dog.
Okay.
Did you too?
Only
Brit?
because
Well, I put B, but
Oh.
I was confused because I thought I'd seen both of them before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I
Most
wasn't sure which
I'm
one.
pretty sure it's D. I mean, I'm not 100%.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I was kind of on the fence between the two.
I put D because I got this wrong on one of the quizzes, and I think I'd put like the first or the second one. I can't even remember, but yeah, this
Yeah,
one.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Really
I put,
thinking about
I've
what it.
seen that before. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty nurse this one.
Okay.
Oh.
So
What are we on now?
So the 12, so
12.
question 12 to 14
So what is
Oh.
the mean of the distribution of the sample proportions?
for this one.
Oh, this is what I didn't do.
You take us
So
Is it
I
page
put
3?
D as in dog.
Yeah, me too.
because that's the p-value.
No.
I put it because it's X over N. It's P hat, and P hat is supposed to be equal to P, and P
Yeah,
is
that makes sense.
what it is.
Okay.
So P hat
Yeah.
is the sample proportion, and P hat is supposed to be equal to P. For the
Okay.
mean, at least.
So then how did you guys do number 13? Because I could not, for the life of me, figure out this one. Like, I didn't feel like we had enough information.
I just did the what's the standard deviation of the sample? Oh, I did the P hat times 1 minus P hat over the sample size and took the square root. That's the formula, I think, for standard deviation.
Wait, can you say that one more time?
It's P hat,
Uh-huh.
and parentheses 1 minus P hat, parentheses, divided by sample size, so N, and then the square root of the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's right, but I did it, and one of my answers was on there, so
Yeah, you're closer
I
than
don't
I
know
am.
if that
So.
really means anything, though.
So you did the standard deviation formula.
Yeah, that's what I did, but I don't know, guys. Trust me. Well, it says, okay, here's what I have in my notes actually right here. It says standard deviation of P hat. Oh, well, that's different, but it's the same thing essentially. So is that what we were supposed to do? Because it says of sample proportions. Oh, so it's not P hat. So I told you wrong, Britton. It's just P. So it'd be
Okay.
So it's 0.30 parentheses 1 minus 0.30 all over 100.
Yeah, and then the square root. So it would be C? No.
I have B.
Sorry,
Oh, you
Natalie.
have B?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
plug it in.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense because it rounds.
Oh, but
Yeah.
there's a 0. There's a 'cause
Oh,
it's
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So B is in boy.
Right.
Yeah, because I didn't have anything with a p hat. That's why I was like, oh, I'm totally wrong.
Yeah, but I just have the thing. It says standard deviation of P hat equals P, times 1 minus P all over N in the square root. So, and
Okay.
P hat's the sample proportion. So I'm pretty sure that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I must have missed that formula somewhere because I could not find one anywhere. I was so confused.
It's the worst.
Yeah, that's what I get doing it.
All right.
These 3 questions were ones that I was going to go back and do
Mm-hmm.
this morning, and then I didn't.
That's fine. Okay, so what is the standard deviation of the distribution of the sample proportions?
That was what we just did.
Yeah, I hadn't scrolled down yet. That was awesome. Thank you.
No, you're fine.
What is the probability that your random sample of 100 adults will have a sample proportion less than 0.25? I have the first one, 0.138. What do you guys have?
What was your z-score? Because I'll just put it in the applet really quick because I didn't know if I was doing it right, so I didn't do it in the applet.
I think that I probably didn't do that then. I'm trying to look at my notes and they're not.
No, you're
So
good.
I did the value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. Is that the formula for z-score?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay. And then it's saying what's the probability? I think I just put in the z-score then. So I think you need to put it into the applet after that actually.
I didn't get it. What z-score did you get, Natalie? Do you know?
So I'm assuming that I got that the z-score is .138, but I'm just doing it again because I'm not really sure what I did.
So to make sure
Oh
I did
no,
the
I got negative 1.087, I think.
That's what I just got.
And then I must have done it, and then I probably did put it into the applet. We'll see.
You set it up 0.25 minus 0.30 over 0.3 times.
No.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I did it way wrong.
And it's less.
It's you get to use what you just found in the previous problem.
Yeah, so that's all under 0.25 minus 0.30.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And you just shade the left.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I did put it in the applet. Yeah, the proportion is 0.139. But oh, that was my question. Okay, because I had all these notes. So I got when you round 0.139, but that's not an option. So it has 0.138, which the answer I got was 0.1385.
Right.
So I just don't understand why it does that.
Yes, that is so inconsistent in this.
So that's what I was going to ask you guys.
Maybe it's a little different because the standard deviation we rounded it, right?
That's true. That's a good point.
So it might be just slightly
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
It was the closest one.
Yeah, I mean, it was there. I mean, it was 1.385, so I'm like, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might we can keep going. I'm gonna do it again but with the standard deviation formula like plugged in as well, just to see if it gives us the 0.124.
Okay, I'll read the next one then. For questions 15 through 19, use the following information. Acupril, is that how you say it? Acupril? Is meant to control hypertension. In clinical trials of Acupril, 2,142 subjects were divided into two groups. The 1,563 subjects in the experimental group received Acupril. The 579 subjects in the control group received a placebo. Of the 1,563 in the experimental group, 61 experienced dizziness as a side effect. Of the 579 subjects in the control group, 15 experienced dizziness as a side effect. Let P1 be the true proportion of people who experience dizziness while taking Acupril. Let P2 be the true proportion of people who experience dizziness but do not take Acupril. Create a 95% confidence interval for P1 and P2.
So I put E.
You put which one?
E?
Yeah, me too, but it's not on here.
I
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, like
What
E
is
is an
that?
eagle.
Oh, well, it's the negative 0.003, comma 0.029.
Oh,
So
so it's C now. It's like,
So how did you do that? Because I got no, my answer isn't on here. That's awesome.
Yeah. Wait a
I
minute.
did the set. Mine was negative 0.004, and then the 0.029. So I wonder why.
Well, no, because the test is different than this test we're doing is different than our practice.
it shouldn't be though. It's supposed to be the exact
they
same.
took away one of the answers.
They just took away that answer. So I must have rounded.
Oh, and then on 14, when I put it in the applet, I came out with 0.1376, so it would round for me to 0.138.
You did?
Yeah.
What was your Z-score?
It was negative 1.091.
Oh,
Uh-oh. How did you do it then? Because my Z-score was negative 1.087.
Well, he might have. I'm figuring it out right now.
let's see what you.
He might have done plugged in the full standard deviation instead
Yeah,
of
that's what I did.
And not round.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes a difference. See, I'm gonna have to. That's kind of stinky though, because you get the standard deviation in the first one, and then you should just be able to use that.
Nope.
Okay, what did you get, Brittany? Did you say you got 1.091? Well, negative.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I got when I plugged it in.
And I've been plugging in the whole thing because you guys told me to do that, and it's been working. Instead of rounding it before.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, we still have this. I mean, the answer is still the answer we put, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same. So what about, how did you do 14 then? Because I plugged it into the Excel of two proportions test and then looked at the data
Oh, on 15.
on,
Oh, it was kind of tricky how they had it set up. Like, I screwed it up the first time because they put, like, numbers together that weren't really together. At least, I don't know. Like, I got confused on it. But did you put 61 over, and then 1563 and then 15 and 579?
did you do one proportion or two proportions, Natalie?
I did two proportions.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah. I had thought you said one proportion, but I haven't been paying attention.
So you did the X1 was, because it says which one was the group 1.
So
Sure, I'm going
X1
to try it again really quick and just see.
for X1 I put 61, and then I put because it says let P1 be the true proportion of people who experience dizziness.
It's 1563, right?
Yeah, 1563.
And what's the next X?
And then 15 is X2
And N2?
over 579.
579.
And then you have to change the type of test.
To the difference, right? I mean, to the does not equal.
Does not equal, yeah.
Yeah. So that gives negative 0.003 and 0.029.
Okay. So I don't know what I did wrong then, because I got negative 0.004. So that's kind of strange. You know what? Maybe I wonder if I didn't change the test. I wonder.
That could be. I did that a couple times.
No, that wasn't it. So that's weird. Who knows? But at least I knew what to do and can do it. Like, I mean, and I was almost there. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Could be.
Next
So.
one.
And then 7 would be
Yeah, it's like 16.
So that was C. Okay.
And then for the one before that, we put C. Because it's,
Okay.
um,
So perform a hypothesis test to see if the proportion of experimental group subjects who experience who experience dizziness is different than the proportion of control group subjects who do. Let P1 be the true proportion of people who experience dizziness while taking Acropril, and let P2 be the true proportion of people who experience dizziness but do not take Acropril. Use a level of significance of 0.05.
so I put the second one.
I did too.
Yeah, me too.
You do? Oh, God. Yeah.
And then the value of the test statistic, I got 1.48.
What's that?
For 17, I put 1.458.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
I
I got too. Okay, 18, the p-value of your test. I put D as well, 0.145.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, D. I thought you said C.
Okay.
All right.
Now, the evidence to conclude that the true proportion of people who experience dizziness while taking Accupril is different than the true proportion of people who experience dizziness while not. So you.
I had E.
I put E. No, I failed to reject the null.
Yeah.
Nope. Reject.
No, it's no, I failed to reject.
B, C, D, E.
Did you get that, Jenny?
Yeah, no, I failed to reject.
Yeah.
Change number
Okay. Do we move on? Brittany, I'm worried about time for you.
I mean, we should be able to get through them maybe, and if not, I guess I'll just have to come back and
No, let's
watch
just,
the video after.
We don't have to read it. We can
yeah,
just
let's
move
not
on.
read it and
Just
just
go
go.
through our answers and see, and then we can go back through it later.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go to 20. calculate the test statistic for this hypothesis test. Assume the requirements for the test are satisfied.
So I had A.
Me too.
6.580.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I had.
Woohoo!
Okay, and then on 21, did you guys have D?
Yeah.
That-
Point 0.08.
0.87.
Yep.
Hey, hopefully, if all of us got the same thing, yay!
Yeah.
The next one I had E. No, the p-value is greater than 0.05.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had too.
I always mess those up, but yeah, no. 23. What do you conclude?
Wait.
Where are we?
Oh, I had F, but it's different now.
I had F also, but yeah, this is a different.
It's
Okay.
written differently. Right? Am
Right.
I crazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So
So we
Failed to reject the null.
have
sufficient evidence.
wait, no, yeah, so we have insufficient evidence to say
Yeah.
and it's not independent. So the third one, right?
Yeah.
I would say the third one.
Okay.
Way to trip me up, Tess.
I
Yeah, right.
know. That's so weird that they would do that. Okay. Number 24.
You had C?
I had C.
Okay.
0.190 and 0.310.
Right.
Perfect. And then for 24, I had n equals 16.
Is C.
I had, for some reason, n equals 1537, so I had B.
Oh, that's a pretty big difference. Let me go through it again. 'Cause I might
Yeah, I couldn't get one of the answers on this one either. Like,
Okay,
maybe I had
so
it set up wrong, but
So, Tori, did you do the sample size formula?
yes. Well, what I have, I need to figure out what. So I have this written. I have 1.96 over 0.02
Yep.
times 0.2, or is it
Yeah, it's 0.2.
0.2 times 1 minus 0.2?
Yeah, that's right. But did you square that for? You have to do the 0.96 divided by 0.02 squared.
Oh. Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
don't
had the wrong z-score, I
there.
think, so I'd have to go back and do that again.
That one's just sample size. You use the sample size formula.
Yeah, but you need your z-score to get it, right?
No, you need that number that's like the 1.96 for 95%, or the 99% is the 2.
Oh, yeah. How did I not figure that out?
So when you have that asterisk, that's just telling you to use
Okay, yeah, I should have picked up on that.
that.
That makes so much more sense now.
Good job, Natalie.
So I was
Okay.
lucky one. So then you just did the 9604 times the 0.16, and that's how I got the 1537 rounded.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I got now. I must have forgotten to square that. I
That
don't.
asterisk was the key.
Yeah, so that gives me B. Yeah.
Jenny, it's when what's your key for that one? Is it's asking what sample size would be needed. That's your key, that you have to go and find the sample size formula.
Okay.
And if you do the sample size formula, it says n equals z with the asterisk over m.
Uh-huh.
So it gives you the m, but you know the z asterisk. You go back and you say, oh, it's asking for 95% confidence, and you would put in the 1.96.
There you go. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, 26. Which of the following pairs of hypotheses is the most appropriate for addressing this question? I did C.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
put.
me too.
The
The P is greater than 0.2
yes.
and equal. Okay, the next one. How many measurements must you have in order to assure that P is normally distributed? I did C. Is that right?
Yes.
That's what I had too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks the most common to me.
No. But I couldn't remember if that was accurate for P hat or if that was just for P, and that's what was tripping me up.
Yeah. Well, that's the same. Like, and I can't remember what it's 4, but the other one where we put p hat in it, it's still the same like formula. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the value of your test statistic. Did you guys get A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for p-value, I got B, 0.039.
Can we do it with the computer, or do we have to do it by hand to find the test statistic for that?
I feel like since they didn't stay, we can use whatever we want. So I think
I guess how would you do it? Like, did you guys do that on the computer? Because I
The 28?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used the app. Well, the Excel spreadsheet.
yeah, if I'm remembering the formula, like when we were doing the homework for this, it would take me forever for one problem just because the formula was so complicated.
Yeah.
I would
It's
have to
ridiculous.
yeah, so
Well,
since they gave
What
us
did you
that,
plug in?
what was that?
What did you plug in then?
Let me see. I have to go back and
I'm just trying to I just wrote myself a question because I didn't know what to plug in. Did you
Oh,
just
so
do
it's
it
up
for one
in above
proportion?
number 24.
Yeah. Okay, so you do 50 and then 200. Is that?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yep.
what I did.
Okay, and then you're able.
And then-
Okay.
Yeah,
And you
and then
change your test statistic or your
type of test.
Grader.
but there's one more thing too, I think, and it's the null hypothesis.
Oh, yeah.
They change that to 0.2. Yeah, 0.2.
Oh, because it tells you what the null is.
Yeah. As far as I know, I mean, I put it in there and it gave me what I'm assuming is the right answer, but
Okay, and it was greater than. So, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so then is there sufficient evidence to conclude that graduates from top 10 business programs perform better?
It'd be no.
Yes, I rejected the null.
What did we put on 29?
I had B.
Yeah,
So I had D as in dog.
The 19? The what? 1.9?
On 29 for the p-value.
Oh, yeah.
You're probably right.
Well, how did you get that? Oh, wait, do we have to divide it? Or
Yeah.
no?
Oh, my word.
It is one-sided, right?
Yeah, because it's greater than, right?
But we put it in and changed the type of test, so we shouldn't have to divide it in the
Oh,
Excel.
yeah, you're right.
But I might have done it wrong. I don't have like
Oh,
the actual
well,
numbers here.
Even if I plug it in and divide it, it's 0.0195. So
Okay, what can you guys tell me what you plugged in though? For some reason I'm having issues with this. Like I don't know what
Yeah, so it's on one proportion.
I have. Yeah.
yeah,
And
once
then we're going to put in 50 over 200.
Oh, I did 100. That I'm like, okay, that's. I'm like, why am I?
Yeah.
And we'll change it to 0.2 for the null. And that's a
Okay.
less than, right? Or is it greater than?
I have
Greater
greater than.
Greater than.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
back to it.
if you change it to not equal to, then it gives you the 0.077 p-value.
But see, mine p-value says 0.039 on that, and I have greater than, and I have.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
mine is.
that's what I've got too actually now. So I must have done it wrong.
Oh, okay, that's.
Oh yeah, let's put B.
Okay, I was trying to figure out where I'd gone
Yeah,
wrong.
sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine.
Fine.
So
Okay, so for
no, I
the
failed to reject. Or yes, I failed.
I did yes. I rejected the null.
yeah,
On 30?
yeah.
Like yes, I failed to reject, or yes, I rejected.
I did yes. I rejected the null.
Okay, so A.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Okay. And I actually need to take off here.
Upside down.
Okay.
Do you just want me to watch the rest of the video after, and then if I have any
What?
questions, just like
There's just 2
email
left.
you guys?
What do you tell us what you want to do?
I mean, I'm fine doing that. If you think she's all right with that, I have no problem.
Yeah,
And
I
I've
mean,
got all my answers here, so I've gone through everything.
Fine.
yeah,
Okay.
like you've been here. I mean, we probably won't be on for more than another like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah. Okay. And
Good
I can
luck.
even email her if I need to, but I'm sure she'll be fine.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Alright.
I can type it. Like, I'll just say you had to leave for class and miss the last 5 minutes or whatever, but you'll watch it.
Okay.
When
Sounds
I-
good. Well, thanks, guys. Good luck with the test.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye,
So,
Brittany.
messed up the time, guys.
Yeah, baby, just a minute.
Okay, so for the next one, number 31. Oh, see, and these are all the ones that I have the questions on. That's funny. Well, I had plenty of other questions.
And I'm sorry, I'm not going to help it at all.
No,
So maybe this will take us longer than 10 minutes. Hey,
Yeah.
So I have a whole bunch of question marks because there were no multiple choices for me to kind of gauge my answer from. So I got 0.282 and 0.293.
I did not get that.
I'm sure I did it wrong. So you're probably what is,
No, let's just go through it.
And just so you guys know, like, you know how I printed out the books at the beginning?
Yeah.
I did the download the textbook. So I've been doing that, and it stops at 31. Like, so
Oh.
yeah. So I rarely open up the online textbook, and it stops at 31. So I'm not going to be able to help you at all because I haven't gone through these yet.
oh, no
Okay.
worries. We'll go through them and try and figure it out. So
Okay, so
you do how'd you do it?
let me, Afton, you are fine. Let me try and find it, because I've got all my SPSS things open. I just have to figure out which one is that one.
I tried to do it by the Excel, the quantitative inference procedures. I
Oh,
didn't know if I was supposed to do that or not. Like, I was really having issues with these ones.
well, either one should work because, I mean, as long as you're doing it right. But I won't be able to really tell you what it is for Excel because I'm just not familiar with that.
No worries.
We open up the blue data, right? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Okay, so I'm just gonna exit what I have and start over. But now I have to try and remember what I did. Okay.
So, and what time do you have to leave for work? Oh, I guess you're like
I
having
Plenty of time. And now my 11 o'clock patient canceled, so I've got another hour. So anyway, okay. So,
I'm supposed to leave in 30 minutes, but I think that we have enough time.
okay. So now I'm totally spacing on what I did. So
I think I tried to do a one sample t-test. I know I tried to do that.
okay, let me read through it. Well, I guess I can read it out loud. The quality of the translation can vary. A good translation system should match a professional human translation. It is important to be able to quantify how good the translations produced by Pharaoh are. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so to compare Pharaoh's ability to translate with similar computer translation software, Cohen took a random sample of 100 blocks of Spanish text, each of which contained 300 sentences, and used Pharaoh to translate each of these to English. The blue score was calculated for each of the 100 blocks. He wants to use this data to see if it differs from the mean blue score of another leading translation software, which has a population mean score of 0.295. Open the data file, blue scores. So I think that I did sample t-test as well. Just one sample t-test.
That's what I
Yeah,
heard
and then
now that I did.
so what you have to change, what I changed though, is the test value. So when you type that in, or when you like move the blue score over to test variable, we're trying to compare it to the 0.295. So you put that in the little box underneath.
Oh, because we're comparing it to an actual test. Okay, I was so confused.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what you do in Excel for it.
Well, I just opened it. Well, I couldn't remember what to do in either one, and so because I just opened up, I'm like, what do I do with this data? So, okay, I have it open now, and you just went straight to analyze, compare means, one sample t-test.
Yes.
And then you move the blue scores over, and then the test value, you typed in the 0.295.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
So then you get I got negative 0.0122.
You get negative
0.00216. So then you round it to negative 0.013.
Right.
Negative 0.002.
Okay. So I'm just opened up. I didn't have SPSS open before, and I just opened it up. But I have to do 2 different browsers, and I have the test in this other one. Do you mind telling me the numbers again? Since I can't.
Yeah. So negative 0.013 and negative 0.002.
Okay. Thank you.
I just
Mine's still opening. So, were those the upper and lower right there that you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't even know if I should. I guess we're doing this together, so I'll put in that as well. Have you repeat that one more time?
Yep. I have it's negative 0.013, and then the upper is negative 0.002.
Okay.
So the test statistic, do you have it as negative 2.803?
Yeah.
And then,
And then the degrees of freedom is 99.
Not today.
I'm gonna
So how did you remember to do that, Tori? I did not remember how to do that.
I think just because I saw the box, I can't. I don't know. Like, if I were to not have SPS in front of me, I wouldn't be able to figure it out. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you without having it in front of me. So, like, when I see it again, do you mean like just to
How
remember?
did you remember to put the test value? Like, I did not remember to put in that test statistic, the test value, you know? I kept it as 0.
I don't remember. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it's just once I like get, I don't know. I just remembered having to change it, I guess, for another
Yeah,
one.
that was awesome because I just went back and did it the original way without changing it, and that's where all of my answers are from. The degrees of freedom stays the same, but everything else changes. But putting in that test statistic makes a ton of sense. So thank you.
No problem. Okay, so then
The p-value, did you get that as well? Now I switched it again. So is it 0? I have to go back and redo it.
it's 0.006.
Sorry, I'm just changing it so I can see it right in front of me.
Oh, you're fine. Jenny, are you able to open SPSS?
Yeah. Sometimes mine will open up and have no data in it.
Yeah, no, mine does the same
Does that
thing.
happen to you guys?
Crazy.
Okay, so that happens to you guys too. I just thought, well, I've just opened it the second time, and it
Yeah,
always sounds like my
it
computer's
happens
gonna
to me all the
explode.
time. Like, it'll,
Okay.
yeah. Sometimes I have to
It'll
try
open up.
5 or 6 different times before it finally gives me the data.
Honestly, I'm sorry that happens, but I'm so glad to hear that happens to you too. I just thought, I
No,
can't
yeah.
even open a file right.
Yeah, I'm glad that it happens to you too. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Like,
No,
yeah.
really, I mean, but yeah, my confidence is so low in all of this that I'm like, I can't even open the file right.
No.
Awesome. But
Sad day.
I'm gonna go over all this again.
Okay, so so you're at 0.006.
Yes.
And then you have C, we have insufficient evidence to say that the true mean is different than 0.295.
Oh, yeah, that should be right. I don't know why I put we have sufficient evidence, but it is we have insufficient. Or wait. Hold on. Let me think a second.
I did it while I was listening to you guys, so I have to think for a second too.
Because if it's below,
Then you reject the null.
yeah, so it's we have sufficient evidence to say.
Oh, yeah, we're rejecting the null. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry. Yeah.
So I put the last one.
Yeah. Sorry. That I have to like think about it without when I'm distracted, then my brain doesn't work. But I have to like walk myself through it.
And talk it through, yeah.
I do.
You are gonna make me. She almost made me like flash the entire world.
Well, Britain is gone, and we look at our
I'm not. I'm not on the video. I know my video is on, but I'm on the test, so I can't even see your video.
Yeah.
Although Britain might be watching this after, so that may never be good.
What?
Steer clear from flashing. Britain's gonna watch this again.
Yeah. Well, okay. I've had like random weird people, like I have no idea who they are, commenting sometimes, and I don't know where. Like I go to try and find the comment, it just like comes up on my feed, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "This is so creepy." So like, as soon as this class is done, I am like deleting everything.
Wow. Like
find it and watch it.
People from our class are watching, or just people?
Oh no, like random people, like from Arabia, like weird, creepy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It wouldn't be just Britain and you guys that I'm flashing. Like other people would see it. Who knows who? Which is really creepy. Anyway, okay. Okay, so 34, we have sufficient evidence to say that the true mean is different than 0.295.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's funny. I have that circled on my thing, but I forgot that I've already done this, and I was looking at it while we were talking. That was really great. Okay.
Okay, so for 35, for my confidence interval, I could be totally wrong, I got 8.727. Well, it would be 728, I guess. Rounding
I have 729 for some reason.
Okay.
Well, we can redo it.
Well, let me open up my SPSS. So I've got them all open still.
And the next one was at 10.455?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can't even open Blue, I won't be able to open up AM/PM.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jenny. That's frustrating.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I have like 5 different, I've got them all open from when I was doing this, and I have to figure out which output is which.
So, I remember what I did for this one. Did you compute the difference? Did you go to transform?
Probably. Yeah, and then it says
variable.
Find the differences as AM height minus PM height.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it again just to.
I'm doing it again right now too.
Okay, it's already in there. Okay.
This was hard. All of this took some major brain effort. Like I could not remember a lot of these things.
Yeah.
It's a lot to refer back to. It really is like.
Yeah. And they say that it's not comprehensive, and I get that it's not, but there is definitely some comprehensiveness that comes into play.
Oh, there is, for sure.
Oh, without a doubt, even in our homework.
Yeah.
It is comprehensive.
Brother Cromar from the math department, if you're watching this, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. So why? So I still got the same thing, Tori. I don't know why.
8.729?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing on this, I've got 8.7278. So
Right.
then if you round.
To 8.729.
Well, no, it'd be 8. Right? Okay, wait. So.
No, you're right. That is hilarious.
Okay.
I skipped 2 numbers. That was awesome.
I'm so confused.
You should be confused. I'm confusing you. This is ridiculous. That's hilarious. I skipped. That shows how tired I am of doing this. Yeah, it's 8.728.
And then 10.455.
Yeah. We did have the same answers, Tori. I just can't do simple math.
You are totally fine. So then for the test statistic, 22.446.
Yep. And the degrees of freedom, 40.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the p-value, I was just thinking of putting 0.
Yeah.
Because it's way too far out.
0.
Yeah.
And you have to put the 3 zeros.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I haven't entered these yet. I was just reading them off of my paper, so I need to enter them really quick. I was surprised that the test statistic was so big.
Yeah, it was huge.
Usually, they're smaller, so that was weird. But you have 40, right, for the degrees of freedom, and 0. Oh, but it says 0.000. That is weird, Jenny.
Yep. And we'd get it wrong if we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So then I have for 39, yes, because we rejected the null.
Yep. Husband, we need you. So
I say that to my husband, and he wrote me a cute note a couple weeks ago, and he signed it husband.
oh,
I thought it was funny.
Tyler, where are the pages that you had looked at?
They're on the other end of the couch.
Okay. He.
The only ones that I changed, you had already talked about.
Well, we had. Let me go through and see if we got the same thing here. Okay, wait, Tyler, come here. Oh. So, well, some of these, babe, you changed them. So 7, he said. Wait, I'm getting so messed up. Okay. So 7 on here is really 8 on here.
Oh, I know, it's confusing.
Okay, so
it's the double stuff one?
he agrees with our double stuff. He agrees with our Wall Street one. He agrees with the think one.
95% confidence interval.
Yeah, all that stuff we had
Change that one.
changed them in here, but all these ones. Did you look at those? These are the.
Yeah, I looked at them. I felt like I agreed with them all. I wasn't really sure about
Oh,
number
because
two.
we had changed them.
Oh.
So like for the first one, we put the chi-squared test of independence. He's looking at him again.
It's kind of.
Here, I can take her while you look at it. Oh, don't you say hi to our friends?
Hi, Ashton. What time does she usually get up, Tori?
Well,
Oh, because t-test can't be categorical.
okay, so you agree with that one.
Tripped up because you said it's this because it's categorical.
Oh, yeah, don't pay attention to what I
Okay.
wrote. And then for the one about human resources, HR, we did G as the two proportions.
Mhm.
And then for the survey conducted by state lotteries, we put G as well.
Yeah. What's an example of one proportion? Because I've never heard the word proportion as those are new terms to me. I think we probably call it something different.
Great question.
Yeah, like
What do you think it means? Yeah.
Different.
yeah.
Wasn't the one proportion when we were talking about like the double stuff, the Oreo? Like
So like double stuff.
when we already have information and we're comparing one proportion to that information.
Okay. Yeah, no, those both look like G then.
And then for the student project compared the effectiveness,
Let's see.
we put D for that one.
Why?
A student project compared the effectiveness.
Because
we're comparing
the students clockwise versus that same student's counterclockwise.
wait, let me see. A student project.
It depends on if they compare the means or if they compare the particular student's one lock versus the other lock.
Can you guys hear what he's saying?
Yeah.
What did I put?
Put C.
I put C.
If I was doing that test, I would compare Richard doing this test versus Richard doing that block. Like that would make the most
Yeah,
sense.
a student project.
So, because a student compared the effectiveness of two different combination locks. One of the locks turned clockwise versus the other. They asked 25 students to participate in the study. Each student was given the combination to each lock. So they can't open one lock without the other, so it is paired
Yeah,
instead of independent.
because they're
So C instead of D.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because one student is doing both locks, so you're gonna have, right? I mean, I don't know. I can go back and forth in convincing myself.
yeah. I'm just gonna put C. Is that what I put initially?
That's
Right.
what I have here.
It's so irritating, these things.
I know, they're so confusing. Okay, so, but everything else he agreed with.
Okay, so I took one for the team and look at 4 again.
Look at 4
That
again.
the survey for the state lotteries.
The one that we said it can't be 2 G's in a row.
What
Yep.
did I put for the,
G both times.
oh, a human resource manager and survey. Okay, so the survey one we got wrong. A
Right.
survey was conducted by a group of state lotteries. A random sample of blah, blah, blah adults completed the survey. A total of 248 were classified as heavy players. of these 152 are male. We want to determine if the proportion of male heavy lottery players is different than the proportion of males in the population. What?
So we guessed that it's a test of 2 proportions.
Afton, I can't
Because
hear.
you know one of the proportions.
Oh yeah, so it probably is. It's probably F.
Yeah.
What?
Oh no, I'm looking at
Afton. I'm gonna put F and see what happens. Because if we're comparing, if Tyler just said we've already got the proportion for males in the population.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
It's kind of like the double separator. We know it's supposed to be 2 to 1. In this case, we know it's supposed to be 48%.
Except I must have put something wrong somewhere because I got 97.
Oh, number 10.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys still saying that's D?
What did I do wrong?
Number 10, I'm pretty sure it's C, isn't it?
Huh? No, we got it right.
There's a 95% chance the true mean is between 10 and 20 is wrong.
In this class, they said that they don't want us to ever use the word chance. Essentially, not religiously, but
I get that wrong. Whenever that's on a test in the past, I would always put the chance, and I always got it wrong.
Yeah.
So this is saying that I got 31 wrong.
Yeah, I was going to warn you before you did that.
Oh, no, you're fine. I don't know what I would have put differently. Because we got...
And 34.
So I don't know what...
It affects 34 too, so.
Well, 34, I got, like, everything else, like, I just got that wrong.
Oh, maybe I put sufficient evidence on 34, or based on the results. Is that?
It was number 4.
34, yeah. The last one, or did you put the first one?
I put the first one.
Oh, yeah, because it's the true mean. That one says the true mean is equal to, but the true mean is different is what we were testing.
sorry. What number are you guys on? I was reading something still.
Oh, sorry.
So I got number 31 wrong.
These are the ones that we were going through, huh?
Yeah, but like we got all of the... I don't know how we got it wrong. Because we got all of the P-score and everything right.
Yep, for the blue.
Round the answers to 3 decimal places. Be sure to put the lower bound in the first box and the upper bound in the second. Whoa, Afton, you almost fell off the couch.
Is it the negatives? No. For some reason it's wrong, but.
I don't know why. I need to exit. I've got way too many.
But you just got one wrong, though, Tori.
Yeah. I just don't know why I got it wrong.
I know.
That's what I'm wanting to find out. Save changes. Did you get it wrong, Natalie? Or have
Yeah,
you
it's the negative 0.013. I have a negative 0.002.
Yeah, so I have the answer pulled up. I want to fight that because in SPSS, that's what it gives me. And we've never had to change it.
Right.
I'm going to screenshot this and send it to her and ask her, what the heck?
Yeah, I don't know why it's wrong because I just pulled mine up again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to send that to her and ask what's wrong about it because that doesn't make sense if we got everything else right.
What did you get? What was the other one you got wrong, Jenny?
Oh, I put the wrong sufficient. I put we have sufficient evidence to say that the true mean is equal to. I didn't do different.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, please. Are you kidding?
Sorry.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Oh,
I will.
First ones are tricky.
so tricky.
Oh, anyway. Oh, well.
Cool. Well,
This is driving me crazy.
I
And I
know.
can't believe we have a whole test to do on this.
I know. I'm not looking forward to taking it at all.
I'm not either.
You like looking at yourself, Afton?
Is she?
I wish that they would tell us, though, like, what we did wrong. Like, it just has that big red X on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to ask, how were you guys able to see what you got wrong on the last test?
Yeah.
Okay, walk me through the steps of how to see that.
Okay.
'Cause I can't figure it out.
Go to your test. Go to your previous test.
Um,
Exam 2, for instance.
what lesson was that in? Was that week?
Week 7. Was it
seven?
week 7?
Yep. Week 7. Okay.
And then go click on your exam.
So the details.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, now it shows it. Okay. Last time I checked, it wasn't showing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just opened it.
Okay, cool.
So we have one more exam.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Gosh.
So I'm going and looking if this raised my grade at all. It didn't really raise it that much. It's frustrating.
Okay. And can I ask about our project? Like.
Oh yeah. So did she ever respond? Like.
Just from what I said. So what I have to leave right now. But
Okay. Well,
but, no, I'm just gonna just add in. I don't know. If you guys want me to do something more, then that's great. I don't know. I just want to be able to get 100 on it, but I don't know what we need to do that. So I think I'm just going to add and resubmit the design the study and say we're assuming that each sheet in each paper towel roll are not created equal.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to say that we will make sure that to make it a true simple random sample, pick different paper towel rolls from different shelves at different times because we're all doing it.
Yeah. Which I think that's so silly that was even like an issue. Like we all live in different states. Like it's gonna be different.
Yeah. So have you bought your paper towels? Like I want to get.
No, I haven't yet. I was waiting for Britton because he was gonna go to Winco, and he says that Winco has great value, but I don't know if they do. But he was gonna go and check, so I was just waiting for him to.
Okay, so it's great value, and then the other one was Bounty. No, Bounty.
You want to do Bounty?
Bounty.
Instead? Since I have to resubmit it anyway, and I have a hard time finding Brawny for some reason, is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like Bounty is more popular. But one thing that my husband had pointed out is we want to make sure, because there are like different types of Bounty. So you want to make sure that you guys get the same.
So do you want? I'll keep looking for Brawny. That's fine. I'll just get Brawny, so it's not.
Well, I mean, Brawny, it's probably the same thing. Like the different paper towel brands come up with different, like. Oh, Brawny only. Okay. My husband says Brawny only makes one, but if you're having a hard time, like I'm sure Bounty, like you won't have a hard time finding the same type of Bounty. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll look again at a couple other stores for brownie, and if I still have a problem, then I'll
Okay.
call Jenny.
Okay.
And I'll wait to submit our design the study until after we've bought them. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so are you guys okay? I'm just gonna add that in and then resubmit it. I mean, I don't know what else to put besides that.
No,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
me too. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm like, who knew that this would be a headache part of the project?
I know.
It's all right. Um, okay, so I am going to have to run, but thanks for all of
Okay.
y'all's help.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good luck,
thank you
guys.
guys for meeting early, and I'm glad you texted me, Natalie.
Sorry that you guys had to get up at 6:30. That's crazy.
Started. Oh no, it's totally fine. Like
I
I
mean,
usually
I was
get up by 6 anyway.
up this morning. Guess what time I got up?
What time?
4:30. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because my two middle kids, they decided to set their alarm for 4:30. So they got up, they read their scriptures, they got all dressed, they did everything, and then they woke up my son, and then they made his lunch, and then they all went down into the basement and were playing. And I'm like, so I come out, I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, Mom, we already have all of our stuff done, but we wanted to get up early so we could play.
Oh my gosh.
You could not get up at 4:30 in the morning ever again to play. They're like, what?
Okay, that is so cute.
Oh, so because they never have time in the mornings to get because they have so much to do and they want to play, and so I'm like, you can play after, but they were determined. They made this whole plan together that they were going to get up early. I'm like,
I'm pretty impressed, actually.
yeah, crazy kids. I'm like, we're not doing 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They like their playtime.
Anyway, okay, we'll see you guys later.
All right.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
See ya.